Still not satisfied with that screenshot. Yes. All right. Well, we are back at Peaceful Winter Dreams for Valentine's at Peaceful Dreams. And it's Modder for your protection, so please like, please subscribe, never forget. Always remember, every time a notification bell rings, the old man gets his wings, and you get to see more of my videos. So give me a big thumbs up, hit the red button, and after you subscribe, ring a ding-a-ling with a little bell. And don't forget my Patreon either, it's only $1, and if I get some interest in what I'm doing, I shall do more. So I'm sure I did some of these sits on Sunday, but I cannot recall. So we're just going to start at number 1. We'll start at the beginning and continue on until we reach the end. So couple number 2. They're just labeled that couple 2, couple 1. But they're cute. I am in my top hat and tails. Baby is the is Cupid, and Mother is the red fairy, red dragonfly fairy to be specific. I thought that it was the suitable thing for her to be. She's even got a red hair on. They look very cute. I don't know if I ever was part of a lovely couple, but these two sure are. I was part of a couple at one time, and I pretty much think of her every day still. I've never gotten past her. She whacked me across the head one day with a statement that she wanted 2 men, and it seemed pretty obvious that she had those 2 men if I was willing to cooperate, but nope, I was not willing. So so she went back to having 1 man until she found somebody else. Oh, number 4. Went a little crazy back then. I'm doing much better now. Haven't been with a woman in more than 30 years. And I think that's the way it's going to stay. Aren't they darling, though? I'm perfectly aware that some couples have long and happy marriages. I thought I did until she told me that she wanted 2 men. And while she was a horny mare, she was never a very pretty woman. She came to my bed one day when we were in college together. And I thought, oh, this must be true love. How naive I was. And she looked for a ticket to get out of the house. And so she got me to agree to marry her. I was a minister, and this is sure waiting. I guess yeah, that's it. There it goes. Forgot one thing. Now we're back. she told me that she didn't like it. And I only learned later that the reason she didn't like it is because some of my parishioners discovered that she was sleeping around. Or no, not so much sleeping around, though they thought it. At that stage, she was just writing love letters to some other chap. And I do mean chap. He was on the opposite side of the Atlantic from us, in a well-known English-speaking country. I knew she was writing letters. I didn't know what the content of those letters were. But one of the letters from him was stolen by one of the children of the church, a teenage girl. I think she was like 13. And she passed it off at school, since she had the same name as my wife, as being a letter to her. She'd always be telling me stories. Impossible things that she was supposedly doing. She even ran away with a boy at one point. But they didn't go far. Just enough to alarm her mother. So they had the police out looking for him. And they found him in short order. It was really just the date when she was still too young, at 14, to date. And it was after that she stole my wife's letter and passed it off as hers. Then her grandmother, who was a bigwig in my congregation. Can't I talk? Congregation. It might be something Freudian. I don't know. This is number 12 here. Couple 12. She discovered this letter, passed it off to the president of my denomination. He and my district superintendent, which is what they called the bishops, came to me. They had to travel quite a ways too. Oh, that's all there is. And they talked to her and talked to my wife. Okay. It's a funny thing. Baby only shows up as a purple splot on. See, I don't know where we've been, where we've not been. So I remember going to the church. I think our destination is this way. Yes. I never heard anything about that letter except from my own pastor, who was like 5 states away. The man pastoring the church where I grew up, who was well known to me. Okay, let's get her seated. Until he told me what was going on. Okay. Tamile, sitter 1. We change the couples. I'm gonna have to adjust him. Really should have started this on her screen. Yeah. So I'll have to click her button. I presume that my wife got back her letter, but I don't in fact know this. I do know that she stopped writing, and we were not renewed for the following year, so we came back home, and I then told my wife that I was, of course, going to seek employment, by which I meant, and she knew I meant, another congregation. And she said that if I did, she'd leave me. And that was 84. Then 86, just 2 years later, she came up with this two-man theory of hers. Oh my. So, this is why I've been single these 30 years and more. Can you blame me? So the name, the first one was named All Mine. Then Cozy 1, now Cozy 2. I have to adjust him. I always have to put him down a quarter meter. Well, I get a kick out of watching these two play. I wish I had one myself, but I don't expect to ever find a woman again who is interested in me while I'm interested in her. I've asked some ladies over the years, and they weren't for it. Yeah. And there were some others who seemed to be interested in me, but I wasn't biting. And so that's the way it's been. It took me so long to understand what had happened to me. And that's the thing. I didn't understand at first. And I couldn't continue with my own denomination because by that time I was a divorced man. And they wouldn't have that. Not that I really wanted to. And then when I could have continued with another denomination, I really didn't understand what had gone wrong in the first place. No one had told me. If they'd told me, I could have coped with it. I could have probably saved my marriage if I had known what she was up to before she got into any serious stuff, like with the two-man theory. I mean, there are times when a gentleman does need to put his wife over his knee and give her a few whacks on the old bum-bum. Not so as to leave a mark, just so as to let her know that he's the man and she's the woman. And I feel that if I would have been more assertive and more sure of myself at the right time, I could have saved my marriage. But after this two-man theory came out, I just didn't want to. Okay. He didn't change his... Okay, I hit the thing. Sit tight.